If you like this video, click like. If you want to continue to follow our adventure, hit subscribe. Your support would be greatly appreciated. Hello, Lads on the Road subscribers and followers. Well, I've made several videos about living in a pop-up camper in the wintertime, and basically how to cope with the winter. But I've not made a lot of videos about them. Well, I made a couple, but not a lot about the emotional aspects of being in a pop-up camper in the wintertime. And I would think, if I really thought about this, that this is not just about life in a pop-up camper. In the camper, staying warm is very simple, has not been a problem for us. It's coming outside has been a problem. So just like a travel trailer or stick and brick, coming outside in the cold is the problem. The short days is the problem. So we're here in northern Florida, and we had some expectations that winter would not be terrible. And it just hasn't panned out that way. Florida has been very cold. Now, a lot of people, every time I say Florida's cold, everybody says, oh, you need to go to Arizona. It's warm there. Well, that may be true, but I checked it the other day. It was 70 degrees here, 49 in Arizona. So I think Arizona is just like Florida. It's up and down in temperatures. So I think it's everywhere. It was 38 degrees here one morning. St. Clair, Missouri, which is 1,000 miles north of us, was 52. So the weather has just been really weird. It's been weird. It's just not what I think should be expected for temperatures all across the country. So anyway, the reason I bring this up, it's not about where I need to be and all that stuff. What it is about is the effect that winter has on a person. It is a beautiful day this morning. Woke up, it was probably 43 degrees, there was a heavy fog, and it was comfortable out. It's about 70 degrees now. Very nice. The nice thing about Florida is about once a week you get to experience springtime. And that's what today feels like. It's a beautiful spring day. Here's the thing. The temperatures here regularly do get up into the 60s, which is very nice. Drops down into the 30s at night, gets back up in the 60s. At least that's the way it's been this year. A lot of people in this area are telling me this is a really unusual weather pattern. So here's the thing is we want to get out and do things. We really do. We want to go see the ocean. That was one of the big things we wanted to come and do in Florida, spend a lot of time at the ocean. But it's just been so cold. And so you would think, well, okay, well, it's going to get up 60 today. We'll go down to the ocean. Well, it doesn't get up till into the 60s until about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So it's very chilly, especially by the ocean with all that wind coming out at you. It gets very cold. So about 3 o'clock it gets up into the 60s, and by 6 o'clock, 5:30, it's already dark. So you can't really enjoy the ocean. So what we're ended up doing is spending all our time in the camper. Now, that being said, Carolyn has hurt her back, so we've spent a lot of time in the camper anyways because of that. But it just happened to coincide with wintertime. We wouldn't have come outside. Coming outside, just sitting by the campfire, you should see this guy next to us. He's got a tarp wrapped all the way around his campfire. And they just huddle around that campfire all night or all day long. It's just that cold. So even these guys who came out to do hunting, they're saying, no, we're not going hunting today. It's too cold. And they just huddle around that campfire. And quite honestly, I think that, they're just as miserable as we are. We just happen to be huddled inside our camper. It's the only difference. But, they're trying to keep the wind off of them. Somehow or another, I have to figure out a way. And I think if you're going to come out and do this venture, you have to figure out a way to break this barrier between being cold and going out and seeing the world. We came down in October, and then we had to leave to go to take care of Beck, Missouri, and we spent 8 weeks there, and then we came back down to Florida. If we don't get to do something in Florida, I think Florida is going to be just one of those states that's like, why did we even come to Florida? We didn't do anything. I really want to get out and see Florida. And I really want to hammer this point home. Even if we went to Arizona, would we have really done that much? Like I said, it was 49 degrees. Are they having the same kind of swinging temperatures that Florida is? If they are, then they're not coming out and enjoying the day. They're huddled up in their camper and just surviving the winter. And somebody said to me once, not only are you surviving, you're thriving. Well, I want to get back to thriving. Don't get me wrong. I think we are thriving, living in a pop-up camper, but we're not thriving through this winter. We're not going out and experiencing the world, which is why one of the reasons we came out here in the first place. You know, I don't mind staying in this 10-foot box. I really don't. I love it. But occasionally I want to come outside and I want to experience things. So, and I don't want the days that it's warm. Here's the thing, these days that it's warm is the days that I have to get all the chores done. Get the dishes done, you know, make a couple of YouTube videos, take a shower. I gotta get the chores done. So it's not even like I can say, oh, it's a 70-degree day, it's gonna be 70 early in the day, let's go see the ocean. Nope, oh, it's gonna be 70 degrees a day, let's do dishes. So we gotta figure out how to get out of this cycle of it's cold, we're staying in a camper. I really do. So I'm going to put this out to you so you know it's there, so that when you come out here, don't expect to come to Florida in the winter and still continue on this adventure. You kind of just lock yourself up. And as soon as I figure out how to break it, I will communicate to you. But we have not been successful at it yet. So anyway, thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Click like if you like the video. And happy travels.